right, your boy's gonna rant here for a minute. The question is, any news on the approval of weight loss version of Mounjaro? We're gonna talk about it. Stay tuned. So the scuttlebutt for weeks and weeks and weeks has been October, right? So the timeline has always been fourth quarter of 2023. Whether it's October, November, December, does it really matter at this point? Like we're on the doorstep, right? So I don't think the conversation right now, at least the exciting conversation, the part that excites me, is not about when, because it's coming. The conversation is about, will it be rebranded or not? And you got to know this about me before I rant, right? You got to know that when the whole world's going left, I have to go right. It's like in my DNA. Apparently there's other creators right now saying it's 100%, it's going to be rebranded. Like, do they work at Lilly? Maybe they do. Maybe they do. But I'm sure that Lilly, they won't work there for long if they're on TikTok saying they're definitely rebranding. So let me give my case for, first of all, let me start by saying it's always been a 90% thing that they'll probably rebrand. But there's just always been this 10% that they won't. And I think that 10% case is way stronger than anybody understands, but you kind of have to be in the sales and marketing world to like be able to make sense of this. And I just want to talk about this for a second. Maybe nobody cares about this topic. Maybe they do, but I want to get into it. By the way, I'm at the camper, if you couldn't tell. All right, so let's talk about that 10% chance that it might not be rebranded, and let's talk about why. So the argument has always been, if they rebrand it, they'll extend the patent on it. That's great. If they extend the patent, it's going to be, I believe it was approved in May of 2022. So it's going to be by like a year and a half, they're going to extend the patent on Tirzepatide. So the patents last 11 years, if memory serves me correct. So like we're talking about 11 years from the end of 2023, right? So by the end of 2023, 11 years is going to be 2034. Right? The end of 2034. By the end of 2034, Lilly's going to have its own medications. Its own medications on the market that will have blown Mounjaro out of the water when it comes to both weight loss and diabetes control. Not only that, but there are a host of other manufacturers already with other medications in clinical trials that will also blow Mounjaro out of the water. Tirzepatide, I should say Tirzepatide, out of the water. The iron is hot right now for Mounjaro. And the Lilly stock is so inflated right now. They have to deliver now with their flagship drugs now. And the time for Mounjaro to shine is now, not in 11 years. So, why would they not rebrand? If they don't rebrand, they get major manufacturing efficiencies by rolling the same pens with the same labels, with the same dosages off the line, into the packaging, into the distributors, into the pharmacies. It creates manufacturing efficiencies to not rebrand. It creates internal processes that are easier to navigate for the company by not rebranding. And so ultimately it leads to more pens and more hands now. Right now, there is one major competitor to Mounjaro, and that's Wegovy. Tell me why Novo Nordisk cannot figure out how to keep pens in the hands of their potential buyers. Manufacturing inefficiencies. Different pen, different name, different third-party vendors that are trying to help them fill these orders, and these third-party vendors are harder to control. They're out from under the thumbs of Novo Nordisk in a way that they wouldn't be if they were doing this all in-house, but they aren't, and they've got manufacturers that are struggling to just keep a clean facility and make clean pens. Now, they did bring on Thermo Fisher, they're doing all this and that, but nothing like Lilly is. Lilly has the capacity now and into the near future to deliver on the Mounjaro supply in a way that Novo Nordisk does not have the ability to do with Wegovy, which is, again, the biggest competitor now to Tirzepatide. Tirzepatide is going to have its own in-house competitors in 11 years. A lot of them. Like right now, Retatrutide or Forglipron, two big ones. And that's not even to name the things that are just now being conceived, will go into trials, will be approved, and will be on the market by then. Will it be rebranded? Probably. Because that's what pharma tends to do. But I think the case to be made for not rebranding it is massive. If you've stuck with me for this long, it's because you're a nerd when it comes to GLP-1 medications, incretin treatments, things of that sort. Make sure you give me a follow, like, bell, sub. And there's going to be a lot of people who disagree. I'd love to hear from you in the comments, right? I'd love to hear from you because I'm a nerd too. You're a nerd too. We can have different opinions. We can just enjoy the banter and the conversation. Thanks for watching. Appreciate you.